Okay, so now let's go to another model axis case, and let's do a Maryland bridge from tooth number 9 to 11. And so now we're dealing with more of the curve here, so now all these different lines are going to come into play. So let's actually first straighten this out a little bit up here in the upper left. Okay, now we know here's the midline here, so let's go ahead and get this lined up with the midline. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do, I just kind of get that roughed in, and let's go ahead and work on the maxillary plane. Now the best way that I can accomplish this is I know that I want my midline to be perpendicular to this horizontal axis. So we go and get that set up there. So now I've got my midline perpendicular. This is a little bit tough image, but you can see that looks like that angulation is pretty good there. I can see most of my margins, so we're going to go ahead and leave the model axis there. So again, the two stages that I really pay the most attention to are getting this lined up with the midline here on the horseshoe, then getting this midline lined up with the long axis. Hit OK, and let's go ahead and move forward. Okay, so here we are in the margination stage. If I go ahead and define my insertion axis, you can see that is lined up pretty well here compared to that model axis. Okay, if I turn it, that should work out just fine for me. Okay, so notice as I turn this, I'm not really getting any changes here. So I can turn the model as much as I want. You're not actually changing any of your proposal or your milling unless you change the yellow or the orange little bullseye here. Now what defines, so you have two insertion axes with bridges. We'll go through this later. The first one, define bridge insertion axis. If you did this, you're actually defining the insertion axis as a whole, so they're both paralleled. If you hit define insertion axis, the one next to it, this is going to do it individually, buccal or lingually. Okay, so it's a nice little tool to have in your tool bag if you need it. So if we go ahead and get a proposal here, you'll notice by making sure that I lined up everything, both buccal and lingually, and in the model axis, making sure my milling axis was correct, I'm going to get a pretty darn decent proposal. Okay, and here you go. So a pretty nice initial proposal. This is very easily corrected. Obviously, we have to do a little bit of work on those wings and the connectors, but overall, that's an excellent starting point for a Maryland bridge. Now, if you just did something just as simple with the model axis on the Maryland bridge as is going to that bottom left and switching the angulation a little bit more. This is a very common mistake with Maryland bridges. Is this? Let's say you had a deeper prep and you had to angle it like this, so you'd see all your margins. Something very simple like that. Watch what this does to your proposal. So we're still looking pretty good here in define insertion axis. Let's go ahead and get a proposal, and you'll see just by doing just a little simple move like that that you're really going to get a not as good of a proposal at all. Okay, so here it is. See, very difficult to get a good proposal there. And if we go back and we correct that, you'll see that it's very easy to correct that and get a good proposal. Have the incised ledge pointed straight out at you. And then we'll get our proposal. So you just need to be aware of the model axis and the insertion axis both, and to help you out on these cases, especially in the anterior when you start getting to the midline area. So you'll see here's a proposal finishing up. We've got our pontic right back in the same place, and we're looking pretty good. Okay, we got a little bit more work to do on that, just so you can see little tweaks, how they make a difference. But the pontic's in the right place, the wings are easy to fix. So hopefully that helps you a little bit on the model axis. I'll do one more video just showing multiple restorations non-bridge so you can see how that works.